60 Raptor pickup. So The Rock surprised Oscar Rodriguez. He's from LA. This was during a special Thanksgiving theater screening of the movie Red Notice. And he got in front of the shocked theater crowd. The Rock showed up, and he was praising Rodriguez for his acts of kindness that he does at his church, for his job as a personal trainer, for the preparation of the meals that he creates for women of domestic violence abuse, and all sorts of things. He takes care of his mother who is ill. So just really praised this Navy vet. And then on top of that, which was probably a huge shock in and of itself, he gifted him with his truck, and he posted Rodriguez's reaction on social media. So take a listen.
I want to share something. Yes, I got this. I love this. So it's a little thing. Thank you for your service, brother. Enjoy your new. What the hell is happening? Get out of here, bro. I thought this was your truck, bro. It is my truck. It's my personal truck. It's yours now.
Oh, he's unbelievable.
Yeah. It just it like warms your heart. It's so cool. He just another reason why people love him. I mean, what an awesome thing to do.
We almost watched that new movie on set.
Oh, the Red Notice?
Yeah. I decided not to.
It's good.
It's not
I
that
watched
great.
it.
You didn't watch it?
You didn't think it was that great? Oh, come on. There's some good action. It's somewhat predictable, but I like the twists at the end.
I didn't even make it to the end, so I can't.
Come on.
I did it.
I'll tell you what the movie we watched instead. First three. There's a new Kevin Hart series out. I'm not a huge Kevin Hart fan. It's called True Story.
Yeah.
Is it funny?
No.
It's serious,
It's-
right?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
really?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen it. It's number one right now, so it's worth the watch. Let me get to my Thanksgiving Day gym story real quick.
Yes.
So there is this old man. He is 78 years old from Florida. Well, he went to the gym on Thanksgiving morning. Good for him, trying to get in a little workout before the big meal. And he really wanted to use a specific machine. Now, I don't know what machine it was, but he wanted it. But it was busy. Somebody was using it. It was occupied. And he got sick of waiting, so he decided to sit on top of the woman who was using this machine. Apparently he just pinned her down, and this woman's sister was there, and she tried to help and get this guy off of her sister, but he shoved her away as well. The police had to get involved, and this guy is now facing battery charges.
Oh, no.
Old man at the gym did not have a good day, or did this woman.
Any criminal mischief in there?
It sounds like it, doesn't it? I mean, it sounds very mischievous. I would have slapped that charge on there as well.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Thank you very much, Heather. 97.1.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center. Look at the drive this morning. There's one accident. It's on the right shoulder, 696 westbound at Greenfield. Really not creating too much of an issue for drivers as traffic volumes are still pretty light in the area. Then you'll find that some ramps, bridges, overpasses could be a little bit affected as there could be some slippery road conditions. Construction is coming up a little later this morning out in Dearborn. 94 westbound from Lanio to Addison. A left lane closure starting at about 11:30. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Money talks most of the time, unless we're smack dab in the middle of baseball free agency, then the money yells and screams. But who can blame Corey Seager for taking $325 million and 10 years of job security with the Rangers? Or Mad Max Scherzer, who said he did not want to land in New York at the trade deadline, but is all about the Big Apple when the Mets offer $130 million over 3 years. It's Monopoly money in real life. I'm Emulon.
Hey, frequent heartburn may keep you from running your A game, but it doesn't have to anymore. Join the Prilosec OTC 2-week challenge. Just go to prilosecotc.com. You'll get $3 off to get you started. Plus, 14 days of tips, tricks, and reminders. Just 2 weeks, zero heartburn. Go to prilosecotc.com and sign up today. Zero heartburn is possible with Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Get help managing your money for the life and years ahead. With Fidelity Income Planning, we'll look at what you've saved, what you'll need, and build a straightforward plan to generate income, even when you're not working. A plan that gives you the chance to grow your savings and create cash flow that lasts. Plus, you can start, stop, or adjust your plan at any time without the unnecessary fees. Talk to us today so we can help you go from saving to living. Fidelity Brokerage Services, member NYSE SIPC.
Concerned that COVID has affected your home's value? Wait until you hear this. Hi, I'm Realtor Jeff Glover, and right now homes are selling for more than they were prior to this nasty virus. In fact, home prices are up double digits compared to this same time last fall. But don't just take it from me.
Hi, my name's Brian Berryman. I'm from Bloomfield Hills. Heard Jeff's ads on the radio. It's a complicated process, made it extremely easy. 3 weeks later, house is sold.
Give Michigan's #1 realtor a call today and safely sell your home this fall at 855-JEFF-SELLS or online at householdname.com. Realtor Jeff Glover, a house sold name.
The challenges of the pandemic continue, and families living in poverty have to find a way to get through it all. Through the hunger, through the bills, through the fears of eviction. When you give to the Salvation Army, you're lending a hand to bring hope for the road ahead. Through bill assistance, food assistance, and more. Just $25 a month helps keep families in their homes. Keep hope marching on at soundmish.org or text GIFT to 24365.
Big news from Simply Safe Home Security. Okay. Actually, I think the horns are too much. Yeah, that's better. Big news. The new wireless outdoor security camera is here. Yes, Simply Safe's award-winning home security just got even better, taking whole home protection to a whole new level. Okay, I'm missing the horns. Simply Safe is celebrating this new camera with 50% off a new system this week. Visit simplysafe.com.
Is your vehicle ready for holiday travel? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help you save on your next oil change. Right now, get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after mail-in rebate when you buy 5 parts of Castrol Edge full synthetic motor oil for $32.95. Plus, earn double O rewards points with your purchase. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com. The thing about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive is that by now you've heard a lot of ads about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. We probably don't even need the words "the Name Your Price tool" to tell you that our humpback whale pup gives you options based on your budget, or that our novelty hand buzzer helps you save on car insurance. And that's the thing about the tiny bag filled with marbles. At this point, you've heard a lot of ads about the elusive northern bobcat. The Name Your Price tool. The neighbor who baked you banana bread. Only from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized cash rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more-rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. Not only is it time for open enrollment for a lot of people, it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For the typical family, switching to MediShare saves about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. Think what you can do with that. But if you join right now, MediShare's waiving their new member fees, so that's another $170 you'll save. And MediShare is really different. It's a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills. More than 400,000 people are members, and they've shared over $4 billion in medical bills. So yes, they can handle your bills too. This may be the time to make the switch. Join before November 30th for the additional savings. It's so easy to find out more. They're great to talk to. In fact, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Here's the number. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE. Did you know there's more than one Las Vegas? There's the Strip with families on vacation and questionable odds. Then there's downtown Vegas, the original gambling and entertainment mecca. That's where you'll find the D Las Vegas. Book your stay at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Now, text or call the ticket using the same number. Ticket text 248-539-9797.
We're listening to the best of Stoney and Jansen with Heather on 97.1 The Ticket.
Yeah, man. These guys have been disrespecting us, stepping on our jerseys, talking about hanging 100 on us, doing all the rah-rah, doing all the talk, but, we were about it today.
That's Aiden Hutchinson, and yes, that stuff seeped down. It's one of the reasons why I can't stand trash talk, because sometimes it burns you.
Yeah, it does.
There's no need to do it. All right, our telephone number 248-539-9797. All right, I'm going to talk to this guy, because from what I remember, he and his sons, he would drive his sons all around the area, and unfortunately, he brainwashed them listening to the Stoney Mojo show for a long time. He is the father of Josh and James Ross. It's James Ross Sr. How are you, sir?
That explains it all. So, as you know, I've been slapping it up. I think I called Caputo and I've called Carp. You know what I'm saying? So what better way to have this Monday? I've listened to every podcast. Mr. Jensen, sir, I'm the biggest fan of the 1997 team in the world, right?
Thank you.
But no problem, dude. It was legitimacy. It brought us into the forefront with that win. And slowly but surely, ever since that win, we took a step down on this long staircase. But long story short, Stoney, I'm so thankful you remembered that. That is the greatest part of this whole deal. So when I talk to y'all, I'm kind of a two-headed monster. I'm happy and I'm starstruck at the same time. But
you have to lower your standards if you're starstruck over me.
But look, this ride has been remarkable. So I always like to tell the story as the first person I met after getting behind the golden wall that I didn't think I could ever see because I wanted to play for Michigan myself, but I couldn't academically or athletically. The first person I shook hands with at Michigan, I'm telling you, I was happy, I was starstruck with Richmond. So, you know what I started, where my basically behind the curtain in Michigan started with Richmond. So from that point on, we had good and bad times, but when my kids left high school as All-Americans, it was like the world was ours, you know what I'm saying? We was about to go to Michigan, everything's about to change. So then Coach Hope was there when we finally got there. Okay, this coaching staff is about to take off. It did, right? And when Harbaugh came, man, you should have seen, I think we had a party. I swear, I believe we did. But as life works out, it just didn't go that way. And the one thing I credit my kids with, they never wavered their loyalty to this program. And they also became great in the adversity and everything that they went through at this university. So it's the most beautiful place on earth for me. It made my children men. But that football team has been a struggle. And last year was probably one of the darkest because of it in terms of not winning. But as we Josh had went through my ankle sprain and the COVID year, and this year came. He stood up. Just was like a mission. Those kids all had certain leadership skills. Josh on himself to bring that team back in terms of close what it takes to, no one is ever speaking on mission in terms of the passion that they're playing. That's right there when win your game, and everybody that plays the game knows it. You feel that way from your teammates, man. So anyway, that win. Oh, boy, I'm sorry.
I do want to ask you a question because I talked to Josh yesterday and I asked him what the moment was like at the end of the game when the final seconds ticked off, who he looked for. And were you there with James as well?
Oh yeah, we were all there. We actually walked across the field for senior day, and my oldest was with us. He snuck out there. And it was just a beautiful family experience. And man, but let me just say, after all of that, tragedy, winning that game meant everything to the family. But as far as like James, everybody looked at the player that he was. I'm telling you, when it came to knocking people out, but he was a monster motivator that no one knew. He's been coaching Josh. Josh put on a pair of shoulder pads when he was 6. We would go work out, turn it into a Josh. So now that we went full circle, and he went back with the GA at Michigan, and now he's got his own linebacker in. And I'm more at all the coach that he's about to become. They don't know the monster. He's not going to be denied nothing. And the things that he did made him have more. So I'm just ecstatic in that regard.
So
anyway,
I do want to ask you, because the reason I asked you about that, about at the end of the game, and what Josh told me yesterday, was because the first person that he looked for was James, and everything that you just described, that James, since he was at Michigan, has been coaching Josh. When you saw those guys embrace after the game, your two sons, what was that moment like for you?
Well, I mean, I've been crying since I mean, when we talk about the life work that we put in, we didn't know what we were doing. I played football, got me to go to college. I didn't go so far, and that was it. But I poured all this into them, and to see this stuff blossom the way it has in these two young men, and the love that they have for one another, I'm a lineman. I played down on the ground. I never stood up playing football ever. Those guys connect on a whole different level, and what I've learned over the years is, as a parent, we step back and let things naturally happen. It's all for the better. That time period when they were together at Michigan as a big grad assistant, Josh as a player, he gave Josh everything he needed to know how to play his things. But key element, he had to leave him there by himself. So he did 3 years. And Josh had to dig in and find himself. And this summer, my child went on tour with every coach, person, high school coaches, Cal coaches that he set. He went out to eat and told them, each one of them, this is different. Mike McDonald and me are on a whole different level. Others do. I'm learning this defense, and I'm bubbling up right now, man. I can't even help it. But it was just such a beautiful story. And for it to come out the way it did for him.
Well, congratulations to you, the family. Thanks for listening to all these years, and meet Iowa, and then who the hell knows what's going to happen.
Thanks, brothers. I appreciate the voice, man.
All right. That's James Ross, the father of former Michigan player James Ross, and of course Josh Ross as well. Let's go to Cassius in Grosse Pointe.
Hey guys, there's a lot of talk about Cincinnati might not deserve it, but one thing that's been ignored is the fact that they had that win over Notre Dame, sound win.
It's not ignored. That's the one thing everybody keeps trumping. That's not ignored at all.
And so I'll ask you, Cassius, where's the other win of value on their schedule?
The Indiana team early on was a hype game, even though Indiana, horrible.
Indiana, for the Big Ten, yeah.
There's a lot of, you can't really discredit them for not winning, I guess. Would Alabama beat them? Yeah. But reality is not like they just didn't lose any games. Could they schedule any better teams? Yeah. But in reality, I don't think they deserve to not get in, especially since how sound that Notre Dame win was. I think Alabama deserves the 4th spot now, but when they lose to Georgia, Georgia defense is insane, then I think that Oklahoma State should get that 4th spot. Cincinnati should get the 3, Michigan the 2, and Georgia the 1.
That might happen.
That might happen. I don't think it should, but
when you have the 14 playoff, what it is, sometimes it's not the best team; it's the most deserving.
It's supposed to. That's what they're testing.
You can make an argument.
Best 4 teams.
Okay, Ohio State could beat Cincinnati, I think. So could Ole Miss, but they're not getting in the playoff.
I just think arguing that Bama's Cincy thing at this point is kind of pointless. Cincy is not going to fall out if Bama loses.
No.
Bama's
I'm
in
not
if
saying
they
they
Bama's
are.
already in if they win.
Right. You asked me originally if I wanted them in or if I thought they belonged in. And my answer is the same as it's been for the past 4 weeks. No, they don't belong in there. I'm sorry. It's a good team. That's hey, and I think Luke Fickell is an outstanding coach.
Alabama's loss is kind of laughable right now.
Yeah, they lost to Texas A&M, and they struggled with some other teams. All right, 97-1 the Ticket.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. An Odyssey station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Twin Peaks. The Tigers linked to a big name in free agency last night. John Morosi of MLB Network saying that Detroit close on a deal with shortstop Javi Baez. It could be a 6-year deal. The 28-year-old hitting 31 home runs, batting .265 with 18 stolen bases for the Cubs and the Mets last season. At 0-10-1, the Lions with a new goal for the remainder of the season.
We got 6 to go, and we're playing spoiler now. I mean, we're trying to ruin people's day is what we're trying to do. You know, how do we make these last 6 opponents kind of have to deal with what we've dealt with for the season?
That's head coach Dan Campbell, who also doubts that running back DeAndre Swift will be out there to play against the Vikings with his shoulder issue. Minnesota's Dalvin Cook already out for the game at Ford Field. Basketball, Central Michigan unable to hang with number 10 Kentucky on the road, falling 85-57 in Lexington. Jermaine Jackson Jr. had 11. Elsewhere, the Spartans jump Michigan in the AP Top 25 in hoops. They're number 22, the Wolverines number 24. Monday Night Football, Washington hanging on to beat Seattle 17-15, a 2-point conversion short at the end. And the college coaching frenzy continues. Brian Kelly to LSU for huge money. Lincoln Riley introduced at USC. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Chris Villar. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and Odyssey.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson Studio, Stoney and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
Good morning on this last day of November. Greg Hargrave, the Gov, Heather is here, John Jansen is here. Stoney with you this morning. Hopefully your commute will be okay. I expect it to be a little worse, but it was fine. Got here a little earlier than normal.
Yeah.
A few minutes because I thought
the roads were going to be a disaster.
Yeah, they said,
roads were fine.
Yeah.
Road crew's done a great job today.
I saw lots of salt trucks out there.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it was great.
The news reports and there may be a shortage of drivers, but
yes,
they were out in full effect this morning.
Sure were.
Thank you very much. It was. I think the morning commute's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Coming up on the program, we'll hear from some coaches. We'll hear from Jim Harbaugh. We'll also hear from Dan Campbell. Obviously, one probably a little more successful than the other this season. That's for damn sure. We'll get into that. And speaking of coaches, this coaching carousel in college football is just unbelievable. We'll get into that in a minute. But as Chris Villar intimated in the update, it appears that the Tigers are going to have their shortstop. Not the one that everybody around here wanted, but it's not our money. And I have no idea how much this is going to cost Chris Ilitch. It's probably not going to cost as much as it would have cost for Carlos Correa, but it appears that Javi Baez, who will be celebrating his 29th birthday tomorrow, will be a Detroit Tiger. Indications are it's a 6-year deal. Mm-hmm. We have no idea on the actual money yet. I haven't seen anything.
No,
but based upon what we're seeing, I would say the first number would probably be a 2, and it would probably be in the 25, 26 million a year is my guess.
You think so?
That might be a little high.
I think that's a little high because I know you always get a raise, but I think what he made just under $12 million last year.
Yeah, but look,
I know it's what the market dictates. It's what your value is what somebody's willing to pay you.
Right. So Corey Seager got it in the 30s, right?
Yeah.
Simeon will probably end up playing second base for Texas. Got probably I think in the high 20s if I'm not mistaken.
I think Baez is probably. I'm more concerned about the 6 years than anything. I think that's the best number, and it'll be somewhere probably 21, 22.
Okay, so look, it's still a lot of money, and they've already invested $77 million into Eduardo Rodriguez. So if it is, let's say, $22 million times 6, $32 million. So that's over $200 million in payroll commitments. Middle of the pack, something like that, right? I mean, that's not what we all wanted. That's for damn sure. And when you see, the Mets do what they did with Scherzer for 40-some million a year for 3 years, and
you also don't want to be left out in the cold without one of the top 5 or 6 shortstops.
So get Correa. It's not my money. I know. I understand.
But there's a lot of things at play. It could be that Al Avila's been given the green light to go get Correa, and Correa doesn't pick Detroit.
That's possible too.
I mean, that's part of the equation. He grew up in the Houston Astros organization,
right?
And maybe he ends up staying there.
That's true.
They could pay him, and there's a lot of value in a player and the comfortable surroundings.
I know.
And it could be he wants the big lights. He wants Broadway. He wants all the notoriety of being with the Yankees.
Right. Look,
who knows?
Right. Unless we hear that he wanted to come here, but the Tigers wouldn't go to a certain price, I'm not going to call the Tigers cheap or anything like that yet.
No, I wouldn't call them cheap either. Right?
I know they didn't want to spend They didn't want a 10-year contract, probably, and he would probably get $35 million a year. Probably is a decent guess.
Yeah.
But 10 years, okay. Well, you sit there and say, well, look at Miggy the last couple of years. When you hate that contract. 10 years to Carlos Correa was 27 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Won't turn 28 till near the end of September next season. Takes him to 37. 6 years for Javi Baez takes him to 35.
Right.
So is 2 years difference that much for a player who everybody seems to believe is significantly better? I mean, statistic-wise, it doesn't show that he's that much better, but he is. I mean, Correa 277, Baez 264. These are career numbers. Projected, per season. 29 home runs, 105 RBIs for Correa, 28-87 for Baez. Strikes out a lot. Yeah. He had a good, end of his season with the Mets, and they were trying to make a push. So.
I think he hit, 299?
Yeah, but he
was the Mets.
He hit 250 for the Cubs.
Yeah.
Up until the trading deadline. Don't forget, he also flipped off the fans in New York.
Yeah, well, we've seen players here do that. So
yeah, the great Joe Nathan, Tyler Collins.
I think Dom Raiola did it at some point as well.
Yeah, they're superstars too.
Yeah.
To me, guys, the big stat here is the strikeout.
Yes.
It's 184 last year for Baez, and it's 116 for Correa. Mm-hmm. That's humongous.
Right. You can look at a 42. You can look at a 162 game average. Okay. And Correa is 179, and 142. Baez 179.
It just goes back to the softball city theory in my mind.
I love playing that.
Softball hitters. That's it. It's like the baseball version of them. They either homer or strikeout. I hate that for an aging player. Where you're seeing aging players once they develop this, it just gets worse and worse.
I know, and he's a good fielder. He won a Gold Glove a couple years ago. Correa's a good fielder. He hasn't won any Gold Gloves, but Derek Cheater comments a few weeks ago. But I think comparable fielders, maybe Correa a little better. If it was a short term, look, in today's baseball, 6 years is probably short term. But if they were going 3 or 4 years, I wouldn't have that much of a problem with it. I just don't think he's that good. When you rank the shortstops that were available, you would have to say that Correa was 1, Seager was 2, maybe Simeon 3, and Baez is with Trevor Story probably, who hasn't selected a team yet because he hasn't done anything outside of Coors Field.
Yeah, but if you're able to basically save $14 million a year,
Yeah.
Now that's another couple of players you could sign, or another player at different places. And are the Tigers one player away from being a playoff contender?
No, but with him and the pitcher that they with Rodriguez, when the young guys coming up, maybe they're close.
I'm gonna tell you, but maybe you're close, but you're still not there.
I know, but
you've got to be able to still go out and sign other guys, and maybe they do just need to open up the checkbook. But you, at some point, and we've heard this from Al Avila, is it's sustained success, not we're going to have 3 or 4 years where we get after it, and then we're going to have 4 or 5 years of just terrible baseball because we can't afford to pay anybody.
But Correa is a guy you build your team around. Baez is not. That's the big difference.
To me, this is settling.
Yes.
And really overpaying for something what you're getting. I mean, I'll look at Baseball Reference, and who knows where this goes, okay? But this is projected. They're pretty good. Projected stats next year. You're paying this kind of money for this player. 25 homers, 75 RBI, 162 strikeouts. That's a strikeout per game. 254 average. You're giving this kind of money for that kind of player? You can throw all your analytics out the freaking window.
Right.
This is not a good move.
What's his OPS? It's not that great. Correa's is much better. For 162.
Projected OPS is 766 next year.
Right.
It's
nuts.
There's no question the stats are better for Correa.
Okay, and I think
But why not? So if you're gonna spend money, spend it.
Right.
This is kind of a half-assed 2/3 of a way move.
I totally agree. Now, we don't know if he would have taken it anyway. That's the other thing. Let's be
Then don't do it. Wait.
Waiting for, but I mean,
you think this team's ready to win right now?
No, I've already asked that question.
So you do nothing and hope that Creedler becomes the shortstop.
Right. I mean, yeah, you got to hope, and then you just you basically pass the rebuild down the road another year because you're not taking any steps.
Once in a while, I get a gut feeling about things, good or bad. This smells.
I don't like it either. I just don't. It's not. Are they better today than they were yesterday if the signing goes through with him at shortstop the next couple of years? Yes, they're absolutely better. That's not the point. The point is they could have had an opportunity. Like I said, we don't know whether it was their decision or Correa's. Could be much better and younger. If Baez was 25 years old, I would think a lot different. He's 29.
Yeah. Oh, I understand the age factor, which is why he's not getting anything above 6 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason for that number. And, and the other factor at play, too, is the December 1st deadline of the CBA.
Oh, I know. So the Tigers wanted to make sure they got a guy before the deadline.
Right. And so if they do this, are they just settling for somebody before the deadline because they don't know how the game is going to change in regards to, because there will be another free agent signing period.
Yeah, there will. There's still players out there. Absolutely.
Right, yeah, a month, 2 months, and who, how long is it going to be? What are the parameters that they're going to be, negotiating under at that time?
Look, if they did nothing and, they were banking on, Creedler, and he doesn't, I don't know how to pronounce it, Creedler. If he becomes, nothing, then we'd be ripping him for not doing anything. I get that.
I'd rather do nothing than sign Baez.
Starting route to
I'm not that far away because he hasn't proven, except for one really good year in Chicago, that he's a great player.
Right, where he was second in MVP voting.
Right, you give this type of money and contracts to great players. He's not a great player.
Right, and that's why when you said $25 million, I was like, wait a second here. He's making 12 last year, and I think that's probably more the value, but it's what the market dictates. It's not necessarily the value of his stats for what he was making.
John, ultimately you pay to get good players, and he's good. Yeah. I think in my mind. This is his career. 862 games, 953 strikeouts. He strikes out more than once per game. I hate that.
Especially for shortstop.
I hate that.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
But you sounds like you're supporting the move.
I don't want to be left out without a shortstop.
Oh, no. You don't make a move just to make a move.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't want to be. I'd rather make this move and be better and be one step closer to doing something, because we're also leaving out the factor of A.J. Hinch. And what can he do to help develop Baez? I know he's 29, and you don't necessarily get guys to do new things when they're 29, 30, 31 years old. I get all of that. But
A.J. Hinch baseball tells me he likes to have people have the ball in play.
Yeah.
I agree.
This doesn't seem to be an A.J. Hinch type player. All right, our telephone number is 248-539-9797. More on this coming up later. If something develops, Heather has news coming up next.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Tiger Woods, because he's actually opening up for the very first time following his big car crash earlier this year. So we're going to hear what he has to say about his future in golf coming up next.
All right, 97 won the ticket.
BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks, welcomes you with a special offer on college basketball. Simply place a $10 moneyline wager on any game. If either team hits a three-pointer in the game, you'll win $200 in free bets, regardless of your bet's outcome. Just use bonus code TOMM200 when you make your first bet. Enjoy college hoops like never before with BetMGM's live betting options and boosted odds specials at your fingertips all season long. Tomorrow night, we got a huge game, Michigan, North Carolina. Also, NBA, NHL, virtually every single night. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use bonus code TOMM200 to win $200 in free bets if a three-pointer is made in the game you wager on. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older to wager. Michigan only. New customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable free bets or site credit. Free bets expire 7 days from issuance. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help. Excludes Michigan disassociated persons.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, another look at the roads this morning. Still pretty quiet out there. It's accident-free this time around. Very light traffic volumes along all area freeways. Things are moving nicely. 94, 696, and 275. No issues on 75 as you make your way in or out of downtown, and no problems on the Lodge or Southfield freeways. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
If you pay even a little attention to the news, you've seen the warnings about giant utility bills that are coming. The Department of Energy said you can expect your bill to go up 30%, but if we have a cold winter, it could be closer to 50%. And everyone from AccuWeather to the Farmer's Almanac is predicting a winter longer and colder than normal. So what do? You need to pick up your phone and call USA Insulation at 1-800-USA-PHONE. Your builder's grade insulation may have been good enough when we had low gas prices, but just turning up the heat is going to cost you a bundle now. You need to get your home more energy efficient with USA Premium Foam. Most of your heat escapes through your walls and attic. When USA foams your walls, it creates a barrier that keeps the heat inside where it belongs. Your furnace runs less, and it keeps your heating costs in check. And right now, they have a $500 early bird discount on whole home installation. Plus, you can get up to a $500 tax credit from Uncle Sam. That's a savings of $1,000. 1-800-USA-PHONE. 800-USA-PHONE. Or USAinsulation.net.
USA Insulation. In the face of COVID-19, staying healthy is important. And now the same is true in the face of flu. Influenza has the potential to infect millions, putting lives and the healthcare system at risk. Now more than ever, getting your flu vaccine is essential. Flu vaccines are proven to be safe and effective. In a typical year, flu vaccinations prevent millions of illnesses and thousands of hospitalizations and deaths in the U.S. Everyone 6 months and older should be vaccinated this flu season. To protect our essential workers and those who are at highest risk for flu complications, such as people over 65, children younger than 5, pregnant women, and those with underlying health conditions, we need to face the flu together. Help us hit the flu head on. Get your flu vaccine to protect your community and your loved ones. Learn more at michigan.gov/flu. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Whether you run your local bookstore or the neighborhood boutique that everyone loves, small businesses like yours make gift giving possible. Now, Comcast Business has a gift for you. Introducing the Gift of Savings Sale. For a limited time, ask how to get our best deal of the year on a gig bundle. You can get a $650 prepaid card when you switch to Comcast Business, the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. That's $650 to spend on whatever your business needs. You can even reward your team for another big year. Or if you want another way to save, you can also get started with internet and voice for $35 each a month when you buy both with a 2-year price guarantee. So give your business the gift of savings today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Offer ends 1/2/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet. One voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details.
Hey, it's Boomer Esiason. We get it. It's your business and you need to see every single hire. But you really don't want to go through every single resume. You need Indeed, the all-in-one hiring platform that makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in one place. With smart tools like Instant Match, you instantly get a list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed fit your job description the minute you sponsor a job. Spend less time sifting through resumes and more time saying you're hired. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
At Shell, we know from the time you get up to the time you wrap up,
Good night.
there's a lot of meetups, eat-ups, and hurry-ups. So come to Shell and get 3 things done at once. Fill up with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus to help keep your engine running like new. Save up with the Fuel Rewards program and never pay full price for gas again. And snack up with in-store rewards to save even more at the pump. Make the most of the stop you need to make with Shell. And engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline. See full terms and conditions at fuelrewards.com.
Your opinion matters. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket Studio line at 248-539-9797. Book your stay at the D by visiting thed.com. The D Las Vegas, the home of Detroit sports in Vegas.
Necessary Roughness with former NFL lineman TJ Lang and John Jansen. Download it today on the Odyssey app.
Good morning. If you heard last night, Brian Kelly's leaving Notre Dame to go to LSU. And it looks like, nothing official yet, that the Tigers have their shortstop. Not the popular choice, Javi Baez. It appears to be a 6-year deal. We don't know the money. Nothing is confirmed right now. It's been broken by John Morosi of MLB. And, I'm not crazy about this move at all. Anyway, Monday Night Football last night, I mentioned Washington over Seattle 17-15. First time in his career that Russell Wilson has lost 3 games in a row.
Yeah. It's
a nice little rally, get the conversion to tie it, and then they recovered the onside kick.
yes, kind of a dog of a game.
Yeah, exactly.
He was also the first quarterback to start a Monday Night Football game on his birthday since...
I would have no idea. Since
our guest at 6:35, Jim Harbaugh.
Oh, I had no idea.
Harbaugh lost 52-14 to the Niners.
He was playing with the Colts, I assume, or the Bears?
I think it was the Bears, because I think it was 91. And I'd have to look at that. I can't be sure. All right.
Heather, what's going on?
Well, let's talk about COVID, because everyone wants to hear about that, right? We just recently learned about the new COVID variant, and on Monday, President Biden said that Omicron is a cause for concern, but it's not a cause for panic. He also said that he is not considering any widespread U.S. lockdowns, but he did go and encourage Americans to be fully vaccinated, get their boosters, and return to wearing masks indoors. Now, the CDC also broadened its recommendation for the COVID-19 booster shots to include all adults because of this new variant. So it's been approved for all adults, but it was still only recommended for those, I believe it was 50 and up, especially those who lived in long-term health care facilities or had underlying health conditions. Dr. Fauci also joined Biden on Monday, and he said that, the scientists are hoping to know in the next week or 2 just how well the existing COVID vaccines protect against this new variant and how dangerous it is compared to other strains of the virus. So we don't really know a lot about it yet.
You would assume there's going to be some travel restrictions.
Oh, without a doubt, there already are. Yes. You can't go there, which isn't that shocking? No, not at all. Speaking of COVID, on Monday, Michigan reached a new record of adults hospitalized with COVID-19. So there were 4,181 people, adults, hospitalized with confirmed cases of the virus, and that's the most since the pandemic actually began. Now, in the state, more than 80% of total hospital inpatient beds and 84% of intensive care unit beds are full. And for the past 19 weeks, hospitalizations have been increasing, and Michigan just continues to have the most cases and the highest inpatient bed use in the country. Yes. Last week, 18.7% of Michigan COVID tests were positive, and that's also the highest percentage since the early weeks of the pandemic as well. There are 9 hospitals in Michigan that are 100% full, another 22 hospitals that are above 90%. A lot of doctors are saying most of these people are unvaccinated, but there are a few of those breakthrough cases as well. And they expect that these numbers can increase because they don't think this is the Thanksgiving rush, that there will be more cases that we see after the Thanksgiving holiday. So during an exclusive interview with Golf Digest, Tiger Woods opened up. This is the first time he's really opened up since his accident that took place back in February about his golf future. And he revealed that he's pretty much done playing golf on a regular basis.
I can still, maybe, if my leg gets good enough, maybe pick off a tournament here or there. But as far as climbing the mountain, get all the way to the top, I don't think that's a realistic expectation of me. But I think something that is realistic is playing the tour one day, never full-time ever again. Pick and choose, just like what Mr. Hogan did. Pick and choose a few events a year, and play around that, and practice around it, and try to gear yourself up for that and play. I think that's kind of how I'm going to have to play. It's an unfortunate reality, but it's my reality. And I understand it and I accept it.
Basically, the four majors, probably Arnie's tournament, Jack's tournament, maybe one or two. So, I don't think he's coming to rock it.
Probably not. He also talked about how serious his injuries were, and he said, he wouldn't say 100%. He wouldn't say it was a 50-50%, but it was very close to the fact that he might leave the hospital with only one leg. I mean, his injuries were very, very, very severe. So at least to get him back out there, seeing golf again.
Everybody's happy to see him walking around, swinging a golf club, and just your heroes that you see, and whether Tiger Woods is your hero or not, he is to a lot of people. You want to see them healthy.
For sure.
And that's just people are just happy to see him out there.
For sure. So there was a woman that needed to be restrained by a fellow passenger on a Spirit Airlines flight to Nashville on Saturday when she allegedly got drunk and then attacked 2 flight attendants. These stories are never ending these days. So the woman allegedly punched one flight attendant and then pulled another one's hair. And a passenger had to restrain her. The passenger restrained her feet with zip ties while the plane was landing, and then she resisted getting into a police cruiser later on at the airport when she was being arrested. Ultimately, she was released from jail the next day because the case was dismissed when the flight crew declined to press charges. She was actually going to be facing a public intoxication charge, but a spokesperson for the airline, they didn't actually say why the charges were dropped, but they did say, quote, "We do not tolerate aggressive behavior of any kind, and this passenger is no longer welcome on any of our flights."
It's not funny.
It's not, but I don't want to see anyone get punched or their hair pulled, but I've never seen anything like this on a flight. I would.
It's the screaming.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, that it probably draws as well.
I'm sure there's video of it circulating somewhere, without a doubt. Hey, even with all the options out there these days, radio is still the #1 way Americans listen to music, especially when it comes to radio in your car. That's what most people do. I mean, even though there's all these different streaming services and different ways to listen, people are still listening to the radio. Here's some stats. 54% of American adults say that they listen to the radio music in their car for at least once in the past 6 months, which makes sense. 33% said that they've listened to music through streaming services that they pay for. That's things like Spotify. 29% have listened to a CD in the past 6 months.
A CD?
I was just thinking about CDs for some reason on my drive over here, and I was thinking about, maybe because I was thinking about this baby and the things she's not going to understand. Like, I had to use an adapter in my car because I didn't have a CD player. In my first car, I only had the cassette player, so I had to have that adapter with the cassette to my little CD,
Sportsbook. Week 13 pro football kicks off Thursday night in the Big Easy with New Orleans sitting about a 5.5 or 6-point home underdog against Dallas. Total in this game is 47.5. And we'll see if Dallas is able to get their top 2 wide receivers back for this game. But New Orleans also expected to be healthier after they basically had no one in their Thanksgiving Day blowout loss to Buffalo. So if and when this number hits 6, I like New Orleans at that number. I would never bet Dallas laying 6 points on the road in this spot. This number may even climb a little bit higher. So no bet has been placed yet on this game, but I am eyeing New Orleans as a home underdog play coming up Thursday night as they host Dallas. That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Check out the latest lines today at BetRivers.com. I'm Nick Costos. Keep it locked here for more throughout the day. Must be 21, playable in Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117.
If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, look no further. Hi friends, Bill Golly here for Golly Kia Madison Heights. Our pre-owned vehicles go through a 160-point vehicle inspection. If it doesn't pass, we won't sell it. Many of them also come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile limited warranty, free lifetime oil changes. We offer top dollar for your trade and include the latest Carfax report. We have a good selection, so come see us. You'd be glad you did. That's Golly Kia Madison Heights on 14 Mile Road, just east of the Oakland Mall. Check us out online at gollykia.com.
Get help managing your money for the life and years ahead with Fidelity Income Planning. We'll look at what you've saved, what you'll need, and help you build a flexible plan for cash flow designed to last, so you can go from saving to living. Fidelity Bank Services number NYSE SIPC.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Shop on eBay this holiday season to get more for your go-on stand mixers, or get more for your buck on this season's hottest tech and gaming gear. And on eBay, you can even get more Cyber Monday rewind the clock deals. Cyber Monday prices are back for one day only. Get more and save more on premium brands with eBay's can't miss Monday deals. Get more when you get it on eBay.
For the ones who are always in the know.
For the ones who keep things running. For the innovators and the problem solvers. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Experienced staff at local branches and free access to experts to help answer your toughest questions. So whatever challenge you face, we have the knowledge and products to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You know a spot, but not just a spot, the spot. Actually, with the all-new Nissan Frontier, you know a bunch of them. But the key to these great spots? Being able to reach them in the first place. Your spot is out there. Find your Frontier in the all-new 2022 Nissan Frontier with standard 310 horsepower, advanced tech, and 281-pound-foot of torque.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Capurro of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, log on to nbphealth.com.
Dan Campbell joins Stoney and Jansen Tuesdays at 7:30 on 97.1 The Ticket.
Joining us on the Stoney and Jansen programs, the head coach of Michigan football team, Jim Harbaugh, and congratulations on Saturday. I'm even older than you, and as a fan, maybe a few that I can remember, but being in that stands, that scene, what was it like? It was one of the coolest experiences I ever experienced.
Yeah, we were so locked in on executing the preparation and executing down after down, and coaching it down to down. But yeah, when it's over and final knee's been taken, and to see, you know how I feel about the Michigan Stadium. I don't think there's any more beautiful sight anywhere, especially when the lights are on and it's at night. And It's starting to come down a little bit. You start getting the pictures from high above. But, seeing that one picture with the stands completely full, but the field completely full, and you wonder where did everybody come from? That was an amazing sight. just see everybody so happy. I remember Bo Schembechler's quote. I mean, every man on the Michigan football team owes it to every person in the state of Michigan to beat Ohio State, and to have done that for our state, for our town, for our university, it's a tremendous feeling, and one that our players said this is the best game of their, best moment of their lives. Aiden said that after the game. I'm right there with them. Yeah. The kind of stuff that they're gonna remember till they throw dirt on top of you. You've got games that you played in, you've coached in, you've got memories like that, so I know this one will go in that same vault that you have. I've got them throughout my career, and for the players, when they look at this game, or when you look at this game, and the execution of the game plan, I know that you never play a perfect game, but how closely did all three phases come to executing what you envisioned as the game plan? Well, sure. You start with the defense. We knew that the defense was going to have to give a different look to the quarterback, into the sideline, into the press box, because Ohio State does a great job of trying to assess what you're in, and they look over to the sideline and they change the play, or they keep the play on that they have. So it's going to be really, really important to give them a different look. Mike McDonald did a tremendous job, and the defensive coaches did a tremendous job of leaving doubt in their mind to what we were doing, what we were in. Were we blitzing? Were we not? Were we in man? Were we in zone? Is it a 2-high defense? Is it a 1-high defense? That was big. The other thing we knew we were going to have to get to the quarterback. We were going to have to get pressure on the quarterback. Jabo, Aiden Hutchinson, Mazel Smith, Chris Hinton, and Jeter, and others, Upshaw, others contributed so much. And I haven't read a stat where Aiden Hutchinson had 15 pressures on the quarterback, and since they've been keeping that stat, nobody's had 15 pressures. So another job well done. And the other thing we're going to have to cover, and they had really good receivers. And we have to stay with the intensity down after down. It couldn't be high intensity one play and then any kind of letdown the next. Also, whatever happened the previous play, whether it was good, bad, or you weren't in the play, you had to put that aside and get back to the next play. And I thought our guys did a tremendous job of that. And then, just finally was I told them, defensive coaches, defensive players, don't get discouraged when they make a play. Don't get discouraged when they have a drive and when they score a touchdown. It's going to happen. And it's going to be the offense's job to respond. And I would put an emphatic check mark on the offense responding each and every time, and even before Ohio State would have their drives and make their plays. Special teams was also a win for our special teams. We knew we were going to have to cover. We knew we were going to have to protect in the punts. Couldn't afford any blocked punt or even a tie on special teams. We figured we really needed to win that phase, and we also did that. Our special teams kickoff unit would be the one to highlight. They're the number one kickoff coverage unit in the entire country. After this past game, Jake Moody has a ton to do with that. I mean, the hang time he gets on the kickoffs and the length, and you saw Ohio State struggle with two and contributed greatly to the field position advantage. So, to your point, I mean, a lot of just about everything that we were trying to do in this game and prepare for, our players executed flawlessly.
Jim Harbaugh joined us on the Sonny and Jansen program. Other parts of the offense, Haskins was great. I mean, Cade did what he had to do. Even JJ, when he came in, everybody offensively just seemed to be on the same page. Donovan with the one-handed catch. I mean, there's a lot of good Blake Corum returns. You had to be happy with practically everything offensively.
Yeah, it really played out. I've been noticing, about our this squad all year. I mean, they play their best when they're loose. They play with joy. They play with gusto.
And you could see it from the beginning, right through the end. Even the interception early in the red zone. I mean, Kate didn't bat an eye. Nobody blinked. It was just picked it right up where they left off, and they were just playing with that joy and gusto. It was great to be a part of.
And you highlighted the pass rush and the way that the defensive line controlled the line of scrimmage. On the offensive side of things, 297 yards on the ground. We talk about Hassan Haskins, Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards, and the success that the run game has had, but when you turned on the film, what did you see from your offensive line?
Outstanding, as good as I've seen an offensive line play in a college football game. You talk about intensity down after down. No matter what happened in the previous play, you talk about playing with joy and gusto. I mean, playing loose, playing smart, and really doing their job, doing your assignment. As an offensive line, you go into that offensive line room and you talk about MAs. I mean, they weren't the MAs. No missed assignments. It was tremendous. And the thing that, even all of us that know football, watch the game, we don't appreciate like we should is the perimeter blocking. And two guys, Eric All, Mike Sanderstone, were phenomenal in the perimeter blocking. I mean, not just phenomenal, but I mean that's an understatement. The blocks that Eric All made on the perimeter, the effort, how did he do it? How did he get it done? 40-some yards away from where he lined up, and blocking one, two, shielding off a third, and these touchdown runs are finishing with the back standing up in the end zone. That's huge. And Mikey, he's not huge in stature, but he's got some country strength or something. And for putting guys on their back, what you like to call a pancake, he was all over. As you say, feisty, all parts of the secondary, and blocking safeties too. Which, you block a corner, that's one thing. Those guys are out there to cover people, but the safeties are out there to bring the hat, as they like to say. And so that's putting on your big boy pants to go in there and block safeties, and sometimes even linebackers. Mike Sanders, just huge heart, and then he makes a big catch. And I thought the catch that Harbaugh ball made only for a 7-yard gain, but at a point where we were not. It was after a 3 and out, after another first down where we don't pick up a yard, and then he gets his a 7-yard completion. Now we're 3rd and 3, and we're rolling again. We got H2. H 3rd and 2,
He's tough to stop. Look, you know as well as I did, beating Ohio State should shut up a lot of the critics locally and nationally. Is there any self-satisfaction you get by just saying, we did it, so shut the hell up?
Satisfaction comes from just like I said, it just feels so good to know that the players, we talk about this as being Aiden Hutchinson stand up there and say, this is the best day of my life. And I'm right there with you. I mean, I've lived a lot more years than you have, and you go around and look at, touch everybody, just acknowledge the tremendous job done by everybody in the Michigan football program. And I call them the mighty men and women of the Michigan football program. So that's all. That's enough. That's more than anybody could hope for. And I'll remember it as that kind of day till they throw dirt over top of me. And the other thing is been super satisfying. I mean, great is the letters. We're getting so many letters. We're getting a lot of letters, hundreds, and especially from all different generations, but the ones that played or were there for the '69 game, and they talk about that game, from some 50 years ago, reminding them of this game. And as a kid growing up in the '70s, the '69 game was the '69 game.
Yeah.
And to have people equate that with our football team, and
it was a landmark.
What they felt at the '69 game, what they felt at the '21 game, that's pretty cool.
Good luck in Indy. I see your name. I saw it during the NFL game. Your name's up on the Ring of Honor there. So make your name proud on Saturday.
Appreciate it. We're excited to have a great day today.
Jim Harbaugh joining us on the Stoney and Jansen Show. 97.1 The Ticket.
The NFL regular season is heading into the final month of the year, and they are giving us a big Week 13 matchup between the Cowboys and the Saints. FanDuel Sportsbook is about to make it even bigger because FanDuel is giving new customers 30-1 odds on either team to win. That means you can win $150 on a simple $5 bet. You just got to choose which one you want. You also can put together a same-game parlay. You can put together the money line, the point spread. Take a look at the prop bets. Dak Prescott over passing yards. Zeke Elliott anytime touchdown. There's a lot that you can look at on the FanDuel Sportsbook app, which makes it so much fun to do. That's why it's America's #1 rated sportsbook app, and it's easy to use, it's safe and secure, and when you win, you're going to get your money in as little as 2 hours. If you're already a FanDuel Sportsbook user, FanDuel is hooking all customers up with $50 when you refer a friend. Plus, your friend is going to get $50 too. See for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook app. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of 97.1 The Ticket. Must be 21 or over and present in Michigan. New users only. $10 first deposit required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max bonus of $150. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problems? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, it's a pretty clear start so far. No reported accidents and lighter traffic volumes on the freeways. There is one incident reported out in Waterford. Dixie Highway near Watkins Lake Road, a crash is reported. Out in Southwest Detroit, there's ongoing construction. Be aware of a left lane closure with a traffic shift. 75 Bishop Freeway southbound from Burner Highway to Springwells, as well as northbound from Springwells to Clark. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
The Detroit Red Wings host the Boston Bruins. Pregame tonight at 6:45 on 97.1 The Ticket.
This is Boomer Esiason with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Last night, Russell Wilson led Seattle on a 96-yard touchdown drive that cut Washington's lead to 17-15 with 15 seconds left. But Kendall Fuller picked off the potential tying two-point try. 3 straight wins falls Washington into the NFC's top 7, while Seattle is finished. That makes Jets fans happy. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Holidays are here, and so is fashionable fitness. Get yourself a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 5G. It's a phone that folds in half to literally stand on its own. It's a cool phone. You can pair it with your Galaxy Watch 4 for ultimate wellness and wow factor. You can check health stats, flex personal records. Over 90 activities can be tracked, such as biking, swimming, golfing, and more. So invest in yourself with tech made to crush goals. Holidays open up a Galaxy. Shop it all at Samsung.com. 5G connection and availability may vary. Check with carrier. Products are sold separately.
Get in zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So your wipers are streaking. It might be time for a new set. We've got a great deal to help you get the job done and be ready for the weather ahead. Right now, you can get a $15 AutoZone gift card by mail or email when you buy 2 Bosch and Vision wiper blades. And we've got even more ways to shop. Just order online with our free same-day store pickup or next-day delivery. Get in zone, AutoZone. Start your job today at AutoZone.com. Restrictions apply.
Ho, ho, ho! Everyone knows that Kris Kringle is the Santa of the North Pole, but here in Michigan, Mother Waddles plays the role of Santa to thousands of needy families year-round. In fact, Mother Waddles has been helping the poorest of the poor for over 60 years. And now you can become one of Mother Waddles' elves by donating your card today. But time is running out. You must donate your car before December 31st if you want that year-end Blue Book value tax deduction as a stocking stuffer. So if you have an extra car and you're considering